Hello Pisces, this is your March 15th to April 15th to April 30th? Sounds about right. Yeah, April 15th to 30th. Read. For the main read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Here's the beat up box from a long while. I've had that forever. Well, for a long while. And the support cards are going to be the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, in case you want to see that. I always like it when other readers do that, so I try to stay in suit. Really? Okay. Now, is this really going to from the bottom? This is seeming a little interesting here. Good. Okay. Anything else? No. Well, I don't know. I probably say this in every Pisces video that I do. I'm a Pisces too. And this is interesting because this looks like a bunch of love going on right here. But, hopefully this resonates for you. Even my own readings, sometimes I watch them back and I'm like, well, didn't hit this month for me, but other people's, like I watch other people's too. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I usually just watch the readers to see how they read, to see if I really want to be into it and go anywhere with that. But that being said, I'm just looking at this and I'm just like, I hope this is for me because this looks good. Now we're going into this time frame, the 15th. And it seems like we're going into it feeling a little, I'm going to say pessimistic. Now, could this be, now I'm thinking, like typically these go both ways. In a relationship or not, they seem to go both ways lately, I'm noticing. Either way, even if you're not in a relationship or if you are, you're not happy with the situation. So if you're not in a relationship, you're kind of thinking, this is never going to work out for me. If you're in a relationship, there's just something that you're like, I'm not really feeling appreciated, or I'm not really, like I feel like people keep taking from me or wanting me to give more, and I'm just like, what do I have to give, blood? Like, what do you want, my soul in a little jar and I just hand it to you? What do you want? Like, that's a weird analogy, but okay. It's interesting. Sometimes these things fly out of my mouth and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I just said that. Alright, so like people are constantly asking and they're not giving, and you feel like they're not giving, and you're kind of like, what is up with this? Like that's and then we have, this is interesting because I'm thinking this came in face down because until it actually happens, it's just not going to make sense. Okay, so why you're feeling that way is these cards face down, which are someone is offering you love. Like, this is interesting. This is the two cards. It's actually three. Behind this one right here, there's another card. Which my deck likes to do that. It likes to throw out little bonus cards here and there. This person, there's somebody offering you love, offering you something emotional. I always say this with these general reads. Don't get caught up in the gender. This is the Queen of Cups. But this tells me someone's very emotionally interested. Like, they're looking at you and they're feeling good about you and they want to be... I feel like in this situation, they're somehow letting you know that they're interested, but they're not, like something's a little off with it. And I saw the card below it, which is this card, the Four of Pentacles. I feel like they're offering you love. They're offering you. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to kind of seduce you a little bit, maybe. But they're holding back a lot of what they're really interested in. They're holding it back a lot about what they're about. They're holding back how they really feel. They're holding back on something. Like, for whatever they're giving you, whatever they're showing you, they're not showing you all of it. There's something they're holding back. And I feel like that's why you're feeling this way. You're just kind of like, you feel like it's just a half-hearted, like almost like they're kind of hinting that they're interested. They're kind of hinting at it, and you're just like, is it just a hint? Like, is that all it is? Are you just having fun? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you just having fun? Like, you want me to chase you? I don't even know if I want to do it. Maybe I'll just take a nap. I'm not even sure. Which is interesting because the card right above it, the Five of Swords, that's the one I was looking at. It made me feel like, as a Pisces, I'm going to say, we feel like, hey, you keep wanting from me. What are you giving? Like, what are you giving to this? Like, you're not giving much to this. Like, you sure you want anything from this? Like, are you just bored? And you just want some attention for right now? Like, what's going on? You're just not feeling like it. It doesn't really feel right. It feels like you're constantly asked to give, and you're just kind of wanting to just chill on your own. This kind of like hit my arm, but it does fit. Like, I feel like you see the healing there. I feel like it's more like of just, I'd rather just take a break. I just feel like you're just asking me to take the wheel here and drive this situation, and I don't want to. That's kind of how it's coming through. As a Pisces, I can understand that. I mean, sometimes I'm very active. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to be the one chasing right now. I don't want to do it. This is their side. And it says to me, they're holding back because they're trying to figure you out. Good luck. Good luck to them. Not that we're all that mysterious, but, you know, Pisces is known as the fish for a reason, because we can be very warm and loving, we can be very cold and distant. If we don't want you to really know us, if we don't want you to know things, we won't tell you. And I think a lot of us are pretty good at, like, if they try to force you to tell them something, you can put out what you want and still hold back what you don't want to say, but make them feel like you did tell them. I don't know, I think that's a Pisces thing. Of course, you can let me know what you think in the comments. I think that's a Pisces thing. That's why I say good luck, like, you're going to try to figure us out. I'm like, okay. Like, okay, unless you're another water sign. Another water sign might be able to, like, get in there. Maybe a couple earth, or if they have some of that in their chart, maybe. Typically, I don't know, Pisces are known for their mystery. And it's not like we try to be, we just kind of are. I mean, you can, there are comments below, I'm sure somebody will say left or right how they feel about the situation. I think, we have complex charts, of course, but if you're a person like me that tends to, like, really connect with that energy, there's a couple others I do too, but you might exhibit that. I kind of do. Like, if I don't want you to know something, I can make you think I told you, but what I really didn't want to tell you, I didn't. Now this is, they're trying to figure us out. I say we because I'm Pisces too, of course. I'll just reiterate that for the rest of my life. They're trying to figure us out. They're, like, trying to figure out, like, are we really interested? Do we really want this? Like, is it worth doing? Like, they're trying to see, like, what type of work ethic, what type of emotional connection, can I depend on this person? Things like that. And I feel like it goes from study, then all of a sudden, like, they really switch gears, or, like, they shift into gear. I should say that it's almost like they're almost in neutral, just figuring what's going on. Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? And then they shift into gear with the Three of Pentacles here, and they start making advances, or they start showing or saying what they want. And that they start like, well, all right, I get it. You're not going to take the wheel. Then I am. And they start pushing things forward. Right above this, in our direct line, I really hope this works out for me too, because, you know, general read, who knows. But typically my own readings don't when I do them on the channel. But still, this is what's happening. And I think if you can see that card, most of us like to see this card, especially Pisces, I think. Unless we've had it and somebody's really, like, worked us over and we've had it, usually we like to see this card. I feel like this person all of a sudden like kicks into gear and they show you they're really interested, and that kind of charges you a bit. And you're just like, oh, like it's kind of like, ooh, oh, okay, all right, oh, okay. I feel like it's very. I don't know if it's just. Oh boy. Let me see. There's a lot. I know it's a very sexual card anyway because they're naked, and both. To me, these are very ideal body shapes for both people. I do feel like it's a very strong sexual, strong, magnetic, passionate connection. Like, for some reason, when that other person comes towards us, excuse us for the rest of this reading, I have a feeling, they really like, that's, be like that. At least I'm thinking. That's how it's coming across. So if you're connecting with this reading, I'm thinking you're going to like it. It's like, whoa. Like, and it's not like you didn't think they were visually, physically attractive beforehand. It's just like the way they were going about things, you're just like, And then when they kind of like started pushing it forward, like I feel like they kicked it right into gear. You're like, okay, oh, all right, yeah, yeah. I haven't touched the overall energy yet. We'll wait for that for a minute. But the Lovers go into the Knight of Cups and then the Ace of Cups. Like, I feel like we're going, like, the Knight of Cups going towards the Ace of Cups. This is an important relationship. Now, again, in the beginning I said single, in a partnership. I do feel like this is still valid for both, because if you're single, this attention is really motivating for you, but it's being reciprocated on the other side too. And I feel like this Three of Pentacles is pulling through to the end of this time frame. It's like this is on their side, like they're making the effort because they want to see where this is going to go, and they're kind of excited about it. I feel like they took a careful look in the beginning. We might not have understood what they were doing. It would have been like, whatever. But then once they kicked into gear, like their action, their motives, they're moving towards us. They're keeping things going. That's motivating us the same way. It's almost like we're mirroring this effort, and we're just as into it as they are, and it's very exciting. I feel like it's very exciting. It's like trying to plan as much time together as possible, trying to do things together, emails, texts, things like this. I feel like it's really full-on excitement. And the Knight of Cups going towards the Ace of Cups makes me feel like that's what the Knight of Cups is actually saying. Like, it's matched effort. Like, because it's right in the line of, like, how the two are coming together, your mental side, their mental side, how it's coming together. Like, together, giving that back and forth, interested, texting, like, there's not one person driving this situation. Both sides are into it and pushing back, or pulling the situation forward on their own merit. Going towards making this more of a stable ground, making this more of like a life-changing situation. There you go. Now, if you were in a relationship, I feel like there was a lull. In the beginning of this part, there was a lull. And there was just like a little distance between you and your partner. And I feel like if you're in a relationship, they had ideas about things they wanted to do, and you might not be into the ideas about what they're thinking. They might be sharing these ideas in a certain way, and you're just like, I don't know, and you feel like you're going to be the one that's doing most of the effort, most of the work, and you're just like, I don't want to do all the work there, I don't want to do that. And then they start it, and they start doing it. Like, they're doing it, and they're doing it almost like, I feel like when they first start, they might seem like they're kind of doing it on their own. And you thought it was just words. But then you see them doing it, and then you're like, well, okay, I want to do that too. And especially with you, I'd love to do that with you. I just didn't think it was going to actually happen. Because I feel like in the beginning you thought they wanted you to like drive the show, like to be the one doing most of the work, or you just kind of felt like it was going to be a lot of work. You thought it was going to be kind of overtaxing, and you weren't sure you wanted to get into that. But they started doing it. Once they got into it, whatever this is, this project, that this your partner is into, you get right into it. And I feel like you're really connecting. And it's not something that, I feel like the only reason you didn't jump on it to begin with is because you thought it was going to be a lot of work, and or you're going to be the one doing most of the work, and you just thought it was going to be really it was going to suck the fun out of it. You thought it was going to suck the fun out of it. But when the other person gets right into it and starts doing it, and then they share some of it with you, whatever they're doing, I feel like you get right into it, and there's like a matched effort, and like you're really connecting, and you're getting closer, and like you're reinforcing bonds with your partner, and you're having a great time, and this is inspiring you to have other ideas for the future and other ways you want to do this same thing. Okay. Now, the overall energy, let me see what's going on here. Because you have this card, which is the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like, again, I'm a Pisces too, so I feel like the way this is coming through is like, the page needs to have somebody else take the lead. The page does not want to lead. But the page is very good for getting things done and continuing on and getting things going. Well, not getting things going, but getting things to keep going. Very good with once things start, continuing with them and keeping up their end of the bargain. Especially the Page of Pentacles. That's how I'm feeling for this Page of Pentacles. What's going on below the Page of Pentacles? I've got 2 cards. This deck loves to do this to me. It likes to throw out extra little bonus cards here and there. Sometimes they just fly out. Sometimes they hide behind other cards. Just makes for a really fun reading, doesn't it? This is the 2 of rods, by the way, back here. And you got the Hermit, and you got the Page. The Page of Pentacles is the overall. He trumps these other 2, even though the Hermit is obviously a major arcana. In this situation, he's trumping it because he's kind of like the other 2 are like hidden behind him. You don't even know they're there. It's kind of like what's going on behind the scenes, and I feel like you're just like not really into it in the beginning. I just really feel like the Hermit's saying you're not really sure. Like you feel like you're going to be the one searching out the answers, doing the legwork. Like I feel like that's what you're worried about. Like you're thinking it's a great idea, but I don't want to be the one doing all the work. I just don't. I don't want to run the show. I just don't. You got the 2 of rods at the bottom here. I feel like it's kind of like deeper down. You're trying to see where this is going, and part of you is like, until you see like proof positive that it's going somewhere, like it's going to actually become something. You don't want to start something that's just going to be discarded and pushed to the side anyway. You're like, I don't really know if I want to do it anyway, and then just to waste some time on it, just to have it thrown to the side. Why would I do that? So that's another reason why this card is like, these 3 are all the overall energy. They're like, you're trying to see where this is going, for one. The Hermit. You're dedicated to it once it gets going, but you're not going to lead. You've decided you don't want to lead this situation. You're trying to see where it's going. You're trying to be like, think it out. Like, I don't want to waste effort on nothing. I don't want to waste effort on something that's not going to go anywhere. Which this card kind of says the same to me. Maybe because I'm holding them so close together, it just feels like the same. They're clearly different cards with different messages. But it feels like this is what we're like trying to see where this is going. You'll notice the Hermit looks at the lamp here. The 2 of rods, this person is looking at the ball, almost like a crystal ball. Probably a crystal ball or a giant pearl. I don't know why. Well, anyway. Yeah, we have wisdom in our side too here about where we're going, and I feel like that's why this is kind of feeling like a pearl, like a giant pearl of wisdom. Like I don't want to get involved in something that it's just not going anywhere. I don't want to waste the effort on it. I don't even know if I want to. Like I don't want to get excited about something that's going nowhere. Is there any other hidden cards here? No. The Wisdom, this is the last card, which I hope this wasn't out of order. I feel like I kind of jumped around a little bit. Sorry about that. This is above the Knight of Cups. And this, it makes me feel like... it makes me feel like when we get to this part, we feel like we made a wise decision to wait. Because I feel like there's kind of like this feeling like, you know what, if I started this, I probably would have been driving the show, and I don't want to do that. So I'm glad my partner is the one driving the show, because I have no problem supporting and doing my part. I don't want to control everything. I don't want to do that in this situation. Like, I do not want to. And it keeps coming through. Like, I'll support. I'll do my part. I'll help. I'll be there. You need me to be there. I'll be there. But I don't want to be setting the schedule. I don't want to be saying this has to be done. I don't want to be sending emails to people during readings. Just kidding. I think this is going really well. Like, the Lovers right here in the center, I feel like this is also like it's bringing a lot of excitement to the situation. If you're single, like, this relationship, this charges you. When this other person shows their interest and they push forward towards you, it ignites it. It's like ignites the fire. It ignites it. It's like putting a torch to gas. There it goes. If you're in a relationship, when this part comes in, it's because the other person took the lead in the situation, and you're excited about that. 2 reasons. You realize they're really into it, and they really want this to happen, and you don't have to lead it, and you didn't want to. Okay. All right, I think we're kind of set with this one. Is there anything else? I don't really see anything else here. So I feel like I'm excited about this. I hope this goes the way it seems. We're going into Taurus time at the end of this, right? 15th to 30th. I think it's from Aries to Taurus. Which for Pisces, I think both of those signs work well for Pisces, depending on the rest of your chart. So I shouldn't get too deep into that. I am a novice when it comes to astrology, so I don't want to give too much of my 2 cents. But I do feel like this is a good time for us. It's just reminiscent of that. Anything else? No. I feel like I'm just going to end up rehashing if I get into this again. So hopefully you like this reading. I'm sure you'll leave me a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a great day. If you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.